Dear students, today we are going to learn structure of benzene that comes under aromaticity. Aromaticity is defined as a property of conjugated cycloalkenes which enhances the stability of the molecule due to pi electron delocalization. That means it's a compound cycloalkene which is having alternate double bonds, and due to the presence of that pi electrons, the molecule enhances its stability. So that types of compounds are known as aromatic compounds, and the property is known as aromaticity. So it is defined as the property of conjugated cycloalkenes. So the molecule should be planar and it should possess conjugate bonds, that means alternate double bonds. Then it enhances the stability of the molecule due to pi electron delocalization. If there is alternate double bonds, then only the electrons can be delocalized. Now let us discuss what are aromatic and anti-aromatic compounds. Aromatic compounds are cyclic, planar and possess 4n plus 2 pi electrons. And anti-aromatic compounds are again cyclic, planar, and that will possess 4n pi electrons. So n can be an integer like 1, 2, 3, etc. So aromatic compounds are cyclic, planar and possess 4n plus 2 pi electrons, and for anti-aromatic compounds that will possess 4n pi electrons. These are some examples of aromatic, anti-aromatic and non-aromatic compounds. We have already told it should be cyclic, planar, conjugated double bonds, and it should possess 4n plus 2 pi electrons for aromatic, 4n pi electrons for anti-aromatic. If it doesn't possess cyclic or planarity, that will be non-aromatic. So first one is benzene. Benzene we know it's a cyclic, planar and conjugate double bonds, and it has total 6 electrons. So 4n plus 2, n equal to 1, that will be 4 multiply 1 plus 2 is 6 electrons, so aromatic. Another one is cyclopentadienyl anion. So total how many electrons are there? 2, 4 and 6. So total 6 electrons are there. It is cyclic. This compound is planar and conjugated double bond is there. So here because of this anion, electrons can be delocalized here. So this compound again total 6 electrons are there. So this one will be aromatic. And next compound, this one is cyclopentadiene. Total 4 electrons are here. This one also cyclic, planar and total 4 conjugated double bond is there, and total 4 electron is there. So it is 4n electrons, 4n pi electrons, and it is anti-aromatic. And see the next compound. This one is cyclopentadiene. Here see, after this pi bond, here there is single bond, here there is no pi bond. So here alternate double bonds are not there, so electrons are not conjugated. Here this one is cyclic, planar, total 4 electron is there, but this one is not anti-aromatic. Why? Because of the absence of conjugate double bonds. So 4n pi electron is there, but due to the absence of conjugate double bonds, cyclopentadiene is non-aromatic. Next one is cyclooctatetraene. Cyclooctatetraene is cyclic, planar, conjugate double bonds. Total 8 electrons are there. So 4n pi electrons. 4 multiply 2. So n equal to 2. So this one is anti-aromatic. Benzenoid and non-benzenoid compounds. We know benzene is the simplest aromatic hydrocarbon. Compounds containing benzene or its alkyl substituted homologous or condensed system of benzene rings are called benzenoid compounds. That means compounds containing benzene or its analogous are known as benzenoid compounds. An example are polynuclear hydrocarbons like naphthalene, anthracene. Then alkyl substituted benzene like toluene or alkyl benzenes, etc. are benzenoid compounds. And another example is nitrobenzene. These all are benzenoid compounds. Compounds which exhibit aromatic character but lack benzene-like structure are called non-benzenoid compounds. An example is azulene, heterocyclic compounds like pyridine, then pyrrole. These types of compounds are known as non-benzenoid compounds. So in this class we are going to study the structure, resonance and MO structure of benzene. So we know benzene is a colorless liquid having sweet odor and is highly flammable. And the molecular formula of benzene is C6H6, that means 6 carbon atom and 6 hydrogen atom. Natural sources of benzene include volcanoes and forest fires. So benzene was first isolated and identified by Michael Faraday in 1825 from the oily residue derived from the production of illuminating gas. And that time it was called as carbureted hydrogen. So Michael Faraday is the name of the scientist who identified benzene in the first time. These are the possible structures of benzene because several studies were undergone to determine the structure of benzene. That was Close structure, Dewar structure, Leidenberg structure, Armstrong structure and Kekulé structure. Later, Kekulé structure was used for determining the real picture of benzene because 80% of the Kekulé structure was in agreement with the real structure of benzene. Because Kekulé structure will explain the structure of benzene as cyclic, planar and that contains alternate single and double bonds. So, Kekulé structure was used for determining the real structure of benzene. Now we are going to learn the structure of benzene using resonance theory and molecular orbital theory. So first one is resonance hybrid structure and the other one is molecular orbital structure. We know this is the structure of benzene. This is a Kekulé structure. Here you see this is a cyclic planar ring and alternate double bonds are here. So this is a canonical form. So here the double bond is in the 1,6 carbon atom, 4,5 carbon atom and 2,3 carbon atoms. And here in this structure double bond is present in 1,6, 4,5 and 2,3. So these two are the canonical forms and this one is a resonance hybrid of these two forms. What is mean by resonance hybrid? It's a structure with resonance forms does not alternate between the canonical forms is called a resonance hybrid. So structure in which this resonance form does not alternate between the canonical form. These two are the canonical forms is called a resonance hybrid. So true picture of benzene is obtained by the theory of resonance. According to this resonance theory, benzene is a resonance hybrid of these following two structures. This benzene shows unusual stability because of this resonance. So here this resonance hybrid is a total of these two canonical forms. So here this small circle means electrons are not localized and is delocalized inside this benzene ring. So Kekulé explained the structure of benzene as these double bonds are fixed and the electrons are localized. Electrons will not move from one carbon atom to other. So according to Kekulé, electrons are fixed. So 1,6 carbon atom here and this 1,6 carbon atom here are not same because here it is in this position and here it is in the different position. But according to resonance theory or according to the real structure of benzene, there is no localized double bonds. Here the electrons are delocalized because electrons are moving inside the ring. There is no double bond, there is no single bond. All the carbon-carbon bonds are same according to this structure. Next is aromatic characters of benzene or this is evidence in support of the resonance hybrid structure of benzene. First one is isomer number. The resonance between the Kekulé forms explains the formation of only one di-substituted products. Here these three are the di-substituted products and the first two are the Kekulé forms and this third one is the real structure of benzene, that is a resonance hybrid of these two structures. So here it is due to oscillation of single and double bonds between adjacent positions on the ring. That is why here it is only one di-substituted products are formed because of oscillation of single and double bonds. Here electrons are not fixed, it is delocalized inside the ring in the actual benzene. That is why here if you are putting in this 1,6 position or 1,2 position, the substitution will be the same. So this is an evidence of resonance hybrid structure of benzene because di-substituted product only one ortho di-substituted products or only one para disubstituted or meta disubstituted products are possible in the case of benzene. Second point is bond length. We know in this resonance hybrid structure, all the carbon-carbon bonds are of same length. See here, benzene contains no true C double bond C or C single bond C. All the CC bonds are in between C double bond C and C single bond C. C single bond C is 1.54 angstrom and the C double bond C distance is 1.34 angstrom. But in the case of benzene, all these carbon-carbon bonds are in intermediate between carbon-carbon single bond and carbon-carbon double bond, and the carbon-carbon distance is 1.4 angstrom. That is in support of resonance hybrid structure of benzene. Next point is resonance energy of benzene. Resonance energy is responsible for the unusual stability of benzene and can be calculated from the heat of combustion and heat of hydrogenation values. Now we will discuss heat of hydrogenation of benzene. What is mean by hydrogenation? It is the addition of hydrogen to a double bond. That is known as hydrogenation. And heat of hydrogenation is an exothermic reaction. That means heat will be liberated on hydrogenation. So the energy of the products will be lower than the original product because heat is liberated on formation of a product. So we know heat of hydrogenation is addition of hydrogen. So how much energy will be liberated on hydrogenation of 1,3-hexatriene? As per the Kekulé structure, the structure of benzene is 1,3,5-hexatriene that we will discuss now. Let's see here. Here we will discuss how much energy will be liberated on hydrogenation of a double bond. So here cyclohexene plus H2, only one double bond is there, so addition of hydrogen that will be converted into cyclohexane. Here 121 kilojoule per mole energy is released. That means hydrogenation of one double bond releases 121 kilojoule per mole energy. So here see, here two double bond is there. So cyclohexadiene. So that will be 2 hydrogen. So 2 hydrogen means total 4 hydrogens will be added here. So that will be converted into cyclohexane. So here one double bond is 121 kilojoule per mole. So 2 double bond it will be 242 kilojoule per mole. So what about if they are having 3 double bonds? This will be 135-hexatriene. 3H2 that will be converted into cyclohexane. So it should be 121, 242, then again addition of 121, so it will be 363 kilojoule per mole. Students, you see here this is benzene plus hydrogen, 3 hydrogen. Benzene on hydrogenation with 3 hydrogen that will be converted into cyclohexane. You see here how much energy is liberated. This is only 212. So benzene on addition with 3 hydrogen to form cyclohexane, here total energy liberated is only 212. So this is the experimental value and this is the theoretical value. So this experimental value is lower than this theoretical value. So the difference between the calculated value, the calculated value and the observed value is the resonance energy of real benzene. So theoretically it is 363, but in the actual experimental value is 212. So what is the difference between these two? 363 minus 212, it is 151 kilojoule per mole. This is the resonance energy of benzene. So because of this high resonance energy, benzene is highly stable and it shows unusual stability. Same like heat of hydrogenation, heat of combustion value of benzene is calculated as 3301.3 kilojoule per mole. That is low compared to the theoretical value of 135-hexatriene, cyclohexatriene, that is 3451.8. So the difference is again 150.5 kilojoule per mole. So this value is the resonance energy of benzene. So here heat of combustion and heat of hydrogenation value suggests the resonance hybrid structure of benzene. Next is molecular orbital picture of benzene. X-ray diffraction studies have revealed that benzene consists of a planar hexagon of 6 carbon atoms having all carbon-carbon bonds are equal length, and the CCC carbon-carbon-carbon bond angle is 120 degree each. Each of the 6 carbon atom in benzene ring is in a state of sp2 hybridization. So according to X-ray diffraction studies, it is planar hexagon, then all the carbon-carbon bonds are same and the carbon-carbon-carbon bond angle is 120 degree and each carbon atom possesses sp2 hybridization. Now we are going to draw the MO picture of benzene. We already told each carbon atom in benzene are sp2 hybridized. What is mean by sp2 hybridization? 1s and 2p orbitals combine to form total 3 orbitals, and these 3 orbitals will be having same shape and energy. This hybridization is called sp2 hybridization. So here 1s and 2p orbitals, s and p having different shape, but when they combine to form sp2 hybridized orbital, total 1s and 2p means total 3 orbitals will be here, and these sp2 hybrid orbitals will be having same shape and energy. This hybridization is called sp2 hybridization. Here you see carbon atom atomic number is 6. So it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2 in the ground state. So in the excited state, one electron will be shifted from this s orbital to this p. So it is 1s2, 2s1 and 2p3. So we can put like here 1s2, 2s1, 2p3. So here sp2 hybridization means this electron from 2s and these 2 electron from 2p will be take part in bonding. So here 2s 1 electron and 2px 1 electron, 2py 1 electron will be used for hybridization. So this will be sp2. So when these two combine together, it will come like this. See here 1s 2 electron, this is sp2. Now these sp2, these 3 orbitals will be having same shape and same energy, and this pz will be vacant, that is unhybridized. So this pz will be having 100% p character, and for this sp2 that will be having 33% s character and 66% p character. So students, I will draw the shape of sp2 hybridized carbon. So we are drawing like this. This is a shape of sp2 hybridized carbon. So this is trigonal planar shape. That means all these lobes are in the same plane. So this one is like trigonal planar. So if I draw this one here, all the lobes will be in the same plane. Then each sp2 hybridized carbon will be having one unhybridized pz orbital. So where that will be outside here, because this one is in the plane means that pz will be perpendicular to this carbon. It will be like this. That means that will be perpendicular. It will go like this. So if these are in the same plane, that pz will be perpendicular to this plane. So this is the shape of sp2 hybridized carbon. This angle is 120 degree and this is unhybridized pz orbital that is perpendicular to this plane. So here sp2 means s character is 33% and the p character is 66%. Now let us draw the molecular orbital picture of benzene. Here we know each carbon atom is sp2 hybridized, and in benzene there are total 6 carbon atoms are there. So first we will fix these carbon atoms. Total 6 carbon atoms are here, and this one is sp2 hybridized. So sp2 hybridized means the shape is trigonal planar. So see, towards here one carbon and towards another carbon also one lobe is here. So this is a shape, and from here also towards this carbon and one is outside and the other one is towards next carbon. So this carbon also 3 lobes are here. So we will fix the lobes like this. Then here also one lobe here and other lobe here. So here also 1, 2, 3, then here again 1, 2 and 3. So here 6 carbon atoms are fixed. Now we know benzene C6H6. So here one lobe is empty. There is no atom there. So here the hydrogen will come. So hydrogen, we know the shape is spherical. So here one hydrogen. So here one hydrogen. Then hydrogen. Here one hydrogen. Then here one hydrogen. Total 6 hydrogens are here. Then what will happen here? These bond, this carbon lobe and here, carbon having total here sp2 means 3 electrons are here. So 1 electron here, 1 electron of hydrogen. Here 1 electron, here 1 electron. Here each carbon is having 3 electrons and each hydrogen is having 1 electron. So that will be distributed here like this. Each carbon and hydrogen will be having 1 electron. So these 2 electrons that will form a sigma bond. So here what is a bond form? Here it will be a sigma bond. So here sigma bond. Here also it will be a sigma bond. So CH also sigma, here sigma. This one also sigma, here sigma, here sigma, here sigma. All CH bonds also sigma bonds are there. So this, it will be the same, this structure. This will be same like hexagon. This and this are same. Here but only one hydrogen is there. So this shape is like here. Hexagon with one hydrogen atom. So these two are similar. So here each carbon atom form a sigma bond towards next carbon and this carbon atom. So one carbon atom will form total 3 sigma bonds. 2 with nearby carbon atom and 1 with the hydrogen atom. So each carbon atom will form 3 sigma bonds, 1 with next carbon, second with another hydrogen and third with the other carbon atom. Now we know in sp2 hybridized carbon, each carbon atom will be having one unhybridized pz orbital. So here one unhybridized pz orbital will be here. Each carbon atom will be having one unhybridized p orbital. So here another p, here another p, then here also one p will be there, then here also one p and here also one p. So everywhere one unhybridized p orbital will be there. So the sigma bond, all 6 carbon atom and 6 hydrogen atom will be in the same plane. So if it is a paper, all these carbon and hydrogen will be in this plane. But what about this pz orbital? This pz orbital will be perpendicular to this plane. So here all these p orbital will be like here. All these will be perpendicular to the plane of this paper and carbon and hydrogen will be in the same plane, but this unhybridized pz orbital will be perpendicular to this paper. See here, if I am taking like this paper, all these 6 carbon atoms and all the hydrogen, 6 hydrogen atom will be in the same plane. Then what about that pz atomic orbital? Pz unhybridized orbital will be like this. Pz atomic orbital will be like this. So here all these 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen is there, but the pz orbital, all carbon atom will be having pz orbital. So this pz orbital will be like this. That means that will be perpendicular to this plane of the paper. So cyclohexane type ring will be here and this pz atomic orbital will be perpendicular to this plane. So what will happen to this pz atomic orbital? This pz atomic orbital will combine like this. So pz atomic orbital will combine like this. See here, this one and this one. Then this one and this one will combine. Then here these two will combine. So here these two will combine. What will happen? Here one sigma and one pi bond. So this one will form a pi bond. So this one carbon between sigma bond is there and this one is the pi bond. Thus we will get the structure of benzene as here alternate, single and double bond. So if this is joining this orbitals, this will be like this. If they are taking these two, it will be another form of the Kekulé structure. So here two types are possible. Either this side they can combine, these pz orbitals can combine, or these two can combine. So two types of Kekulé structures are possible. Now you see here, this one C single bond, sigma bond, and this one is unhybridized p orbital. Now we will combine here these two. If you combine here, and these two will combine and these two will combine. So alternate positions are possible, either this side or this side as per the Kekulé structure. So if it is like this, you will be getting double bond in the next position. So for the easy representation, we can put like this. This one is first sigma bonds. Then these 6 are the 6 pz, unhybridized pz orbital. Each carbon atom will be having unhybridized pz orbital. So we can represent it like this, because these are the CC sigma bonds and this one is pz. So two types of overlap is possible. Either these two can combine here, these two can combine, and these two can combine. So if it is like that, it will be like here. See, these two, and here these two, then these two. This is one method. Otherwise, in the opposite direction, means here these two can combine and these two can combine and these two can combine. So here if it is this side, here it will be double bond, double bond, double bond, and here it will be double bond in the other position. These are the two forms of Kekulé structure. So, two Kekulé structures corresponds to localized pi bond formation in one of the two ways is shown below. Since internuclear distance between the carbon atom of the hexagon are equal, there appears, that means there is no localized double bonds, because the internuclear distance, all the carbon-carbon bonds are same in benzene. So that means it is not fixed, that is not localized, but the electrons are delocalized. So here what will happen? Here thus each of the p orbitals on the 6 carbon atoms can overlap on either side. It can overlap here or here. It can overlap on either side with adjacent p orbital. That results a molecular orbital which is actually made of two continuous rings. One ring is above the plane and the other ring is below the plane. That means these p orbital can overlap on either side. Not only like this, it can overlap here and here also, because these electrons are not fixed and they are delocalized. So this electron, these are the top, upper layer. Here this lobe is the top of the paper and this lobe is down. So here if I am taking a paper like this, and we are squeezing this one here, it will be like this. So half knob will be above the paper and the half will be below the paper. So the above the paper all lobes will combine together, it form a ring on the top. So here the bottom lobes, that is these lobes are below the paper, so these also combine to form a ring below the paper. So the one paper is here, above the paper one cyclic ring will be there, below the paper also that ring is there. That ring is the delocalized electron. So two electron clouds are here. So this is a plane of the paper. So above the plane, this is a plane of the paper. Above the plane one cyclic ring. That means electron cloud is there. Below also cyclic ring or electron cloud will be here. The structure will look like this. These are the first sp2 hybridized carbon atom with hydrogen. So here total 6 carbon atom, 6 sp2 hybridized carbon. Then this is the s orbital, and this will form a sigma bonds. Now each carbon atom will be having unhybridized pz orbital. So this unhybridized p orbital will be, half of the lobes will be above the plane and the other half will be below the plane. So here each lobes will combine together, they can form on either side. So these lobes will combine, these upper lobes will combine together, it will form an electron cloud above the plane, and these lower lobes also combine together, it will form an electron cloud below the ring. So here In the actual structure of benzene, electrons are not localized and it is delocalized and it will form an electron cloud above and below the plane of the ring. So dear students, today we have discussed the structure of benzene. Please like, comment and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.